Hi, I'm Fiona Simpson and this is my story.
Vision Radio Network presents My Story.
Well, I was born in the Mallee in Victoria, the semi-arid area of Victoria on wheat and sheep, but my family moved to Queensland when I was just a young child. So I've grown up on the beautiful Sunshine Coast and had a wonderful childhood. Half an hour from the sea, but riding horses and going to the local schools, and it was a great place to grow up. I feel like I was very fortunate growing up. My parents always provided us with a very stable home, very involved in the community, so they modelled active citizenship. My dad also ended up going into Parliament when I was 9 years old, so I guess I owe a lot to them as far as saying, you know, we're part of the solutions in our community and be involved. Well, I'm still part of that big family network. I'm single, but I am a member of the family, and I've got my extended network of family. I was there for the birth of all my sister's children, and so I know that network, the extended family, is very important. Well, I've been very fortunate to be able to serve this area on the Sunshine Coast since 1992, so I was relatively young when I got involved. Had a few people pat me on the head and said, oh, this will be a good experience for you, dear, trying to discourage me. But I've been fortunate to have the opportunity to serve my local area. Now I'm serving in the other capacity as Speaker of the Queensland Parliament. I can still look after my own patch, but I have the responsibility for the Parliament, for the debate, ensuring that people do have access to having a voice, and that has different challenges, but I'm honoured to play that role. My journey into Christian faith began in the home. My parents were practising Christians. They prayed at our bedside prayers at night, take us to Sunday school, but for me the challenge was when I went overseas to Japan as an exchange student and being really challenged about what truth was. And that was a fundamentally important year for me, to see a country where they'd worshipped in a particular way for thousands of years, and to be challenged in my childhood faith as to what did this actually mean. So for me, living in a Buddhist Shinto country in a regional area of Japan, you wouldn't think that would be a pathway to Christian faith. But for me, I had an experience that Jesus was as much the Lord of Japan as he was of the Middle East and as he is of the West. For me, in my faith, it is about trying to work out how you're able to serve people, looking out for those in areas of need. See, for me, democracy isn't about delegated responsibility, it's about shared leadership. And I'm fortunate to serve in an elected role, but as a community, we are lucky in this country that everyone has a right and an ability to be involved at some level. You don't get shot in this country for having a political viewpoint, and thank goodness that we have the freedom of speech to express views and be engaged, and to do so in a safe environment. It's a great question to ask, how do you share your faith? And for me, relationship is important, and it's easier to share faith in the context of relationship, because out of that very authentic connection with people, there's a better chance they'll see your heart and understand where you're coming from. Look, there's a number of scriptures that inspire, but I think Micah 6:8, which is really a mandate to call and to care, is one that I think inspires not just me but many others, that if you want to be there to help people, to serve people, you can't hide yourself away. You've got to get out there and have a go. Oh, look, one of my passions is leadership development, and I recognise I've had this wonderful opportunity and still have an opportunity to influence and to serve through politics. So I think leadership development is about multiplication of capable people able to get out there and do good for others. And that's certainly something that I'm very passionate about. Hi, I'm Fiona Simpson, and that was my story.
My Story, captured at Easterfest 2013 by the team at Vision Radio Network.